So one of the things we're going to work on this spring is incubating our own chickens. Prices of eggs for chicks is way too high. In the past, what we've done when it comes time for laying hen chicks is order them from hatcheries online. We've used a couple of different hatcheries and that's worked out well for the chickens that we do have. However, when we first ordered chicks a couple of years ago, I think we paid like $1.58, $2, something like that for, depending on the breed, for day-old chicks. And you raise them for, about the 5-month period, and then you start getting eggs. And if you're going to order, a dozen, 18, 2 dozen laying hens, $1.50 is pretty manageable. The last batch that we bought were ISA Browns from, I think that would have been end of 2023. We raised them from August through February, and then they began to lay for us. Those birds were $4 a bird. Now that's still getting up there in price, but not like it is today. If we were to try to order ISA Browns today, they would be upwards of $10 a chick. And if we're looking at getting 20 ISA Brown laying hens for high production, you're going to spend, $200 plus to get those chicks, when you could just buy an incubator and have access to incubate your own eggs with a little bit of time and know-how whenever you want. So that's what we opted to spend our money on. We're already getting fertilized eggs every day because we have a rooster, and so we're gonna try out this Sailnovo incubator. It's just a cheap Amazon incubator, probably comes from China like most of our electronics, but I think it'll serve our purposes. So here I plugged it in. You can see the interface on the front of it. There are buttons that are clearly labeled as to what they do. It comes with preset packages for the different types of poultry you can raise. And it comes with a handy little calendar that you can mark the days down so you know when to expect your chicks hatching based on what type of bird you've put in there and how long that incubation cycle is. For us, we have laying hens. It's a 21-day hatching cycle, and that's pre-programmed into the machine. There's a button to try the candler, which you can push, and then after 7 to 10 days, you can set your incubated eggs on that to check and see if you have life growing inside of that egg. There's a little tab that you can let air flow in or out of, and then it has an automatic turner. You can do that manually if you want to, like I just did by pushing the button, but if you select the chicken mode, it'll automatically set itself for 21 days. It'll automatically regulate the temperature and the humidity according to what those chicks need, and it will turn it every 2 hours so that those eggs are rotated appropriately. Here, what I'm doing is adding water to the humidifier ports. There are 2 of them, an A and a B. It says to fill them up about 2/3 of the way, and I'm just really guessing here. The way that I've done it, I've had to refill that incubation port about every 3 days. And it hovers that humidity right around 66, 67%. Every once in a while it'll go up to 70, and it hovers the temperature right at about 100.3, 100.4. So that makes it really hands-off. At least for us getting started, that was a must-have. I wanted something that would do most of it automatically for us, so that we could set it and forget it. The manual comes with instructions for how to change those things manually. It tells you what the recommended settings are. It tells you what to look for with images when you start candling eggs at that 7 to 10 day mark, so that you can know whether or not you've got a viable egg or you've got one that you should get rid of. And so now it's time to add eggs to the incubator. What I've gathered, I believe, are mostly Plymouth Barred Rocks, Black Australorps, and some olive and Easter eggers. There may be some ISA brown eggs in there as well, and if that's the case, those chicks will not produce at the same level that the ISA brown hybrid does, but I tried to do my best to avoid gathering those specific eggs. In no particular order, I'm adding them to the incubator. You can see obviously those blue and green eggs are from the Easter and olive eggers that we have currently. The lighter brown eggs, some of them are black australorps, some of them are barred rocks, but the ISA browns lay a very, very clearly visible darker brown, usually medium-sized egg. And you can see most of these eggs fill that little chamber quite well. So I think we did a pretty good job of avoiding ISA brown eggs, but we'll find out in 21 days. Now I'm replacing the lid, and I'm gonna push the appropriate buttons to set it for chickens. And over the next couple of hours, it'll jump up the temperature, it'll jump up the humidity to appropriate levels, and then in 21 days, we should have chicks. There are some protocols that you have to follow towards the end of this cycle, but we're not anywhere near that just yet. So if you're looking for a quick, easy way to start getting some laying hens back in your flock, I'd highly recommend getting an incubator of some sort. I hope this was an informative video for you. The Sailnovo is not particularly recommended to us. It was just the one that seemed to fit the bill for our needs in the right price range. And we'll check back in with you guys after 21 days, and hopefully we have some peeping little chicks inside this incubator to show you all. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.